Remember this?
Watch out for the poison ivy.
Oh yeah, you gotta tell me about that. Is there poison ivy here?
Yeah. How about this?
This is all poison ivy?
No.
I don't need no poison ivy in my life,
No,
Justin.
I'll tell you.
When you see, I want you to scream it out. Like, loud, top of your lungs. You want an example on how to scream it?
Nope.
It's like, poison ivy! That's poison ivy right there, ladies and gents. I definitely brushed up against some ives.
I screwed myself. Screwed myself all up here. Look at this. Look at this neck. This neck looks like an 80-year-old's vagina. I got my Pau Gasol throat beard going here. It's on my elbows. It's right here on my lip. It's on my head, which I probably shouldn't be wearing a hat. It's on this arm. It's on my legs. I am happy to report it did not make its way to any sensitive areas whatsoever. So far so good with that. But damn, poison ivy sucks. I bought this poison ivy soap that just dries out your skin like you've never had it dried in your entire life. It's like a sun-dried tomato. Because poison ivy has these oils that are what most of us have allergic reactions to. It dries all that oil out. So that's how the poison ivy spreads. You scratch that, then maybe you touch somewhere else on your body, and even that microscopic little tiny bits of oil makes its way over there, and then it eventually spreads out and you're screwed. And I screwed myself. I just jinxed myself by talking about poison ivy so damn much because I've never had poison ivy a day in my life. And I hope I never get it again. I think I'm developing a poison ivy phobia because I've been in the house for like 4 days straight now. I haven't gotten any damn videos done. I did have to take care of about 3 real estate videos that I was editing, so there's that. And that soap, it just makes you so damn dry. Like, you know when you wake up in the morning and somebody makes you smile or laugh right away and you're like, split, and you're like, oh damn, I shouldn't have smiled, because you were not preparing your crusty ass lips to have to stretch out apart from one another and smile so damn early before you got a chance to. So that's what my throat feels like right now. So I feel like if there's a spider on the ceiling and I look all the way up, my throat is just gonna evenly split in half, and that's gonna be it for old Tem. Cops are gonna find me laying dead on my studio floor, and they're gonna be like, damn, somebody snuck in this dude's YouTube studio and sliced his damn throat. Let's watch his videos and see who the hell he pissed off. Pissed off some damn 3-leaf plants that got a little ass kicking coming to them when I find them. I don't wanna go outside yet because it's really hot and humid around here, and I don't wanna be sweating. When I sweat, it itches and it irritates it even more, and also it can run that oil down to other parts of your body that are not yet infected or have an allergic reaction to the plant. So I don't want to sweat and then spread this stuff even more. I'm just basically trying to sacrifice now while I can and not go outdoors, and you know, maybe spend the next even more few days inside, and hopefully it goes away quick and I can get back to my damn life here. I feel like I look so terrible. My skin is disgusting. I'm more yellow than ever. I feel like a creature sitting in the bottom of an unfurnished basement behind the boiler, and then somebody accidentally sneaks up on him with a flashlight. I'm like, ah, look away, I'm here. On some other news, I never thought I would say this, but I'm leaving Final Cut Pro. I'm like 95% sure that I'm leaving Final Cut Pro. In my free time that I had as of late due to the Ives, I've been doing some research here, and it's not Adobe Premiere, it's Davinci Resolve. Davinci Resolve 16 is super impressive. I mean, when I tell you I've been doing nothing but learning Davinci Resolve, I pretty much learned enough of the program to get me by for the next couple of videos without ever have using it at all. So I'm talking about like Netflix binge watching status on tutorials and how to do things. One person I want to give a shout out to real quick, his YouTube channel is called Modern Filmmaker. So if you are at all interested in Davinci Resolve, or maybe you already use Davinci Resolve but you want to step your game up, particularly the color grading part of Davinci Resolve, Modern Filmmaker, you make great tutorials on Davinci Resolve, and I literally learned enough to get me by in about 24 hours or so, and I've never used it. I'm a Final Cut Pro user from day one. I've tried out Adobe Premiere, wasn't fond of it. Did not like the stability of the program running on my iMac, and I have a pretty powerful machine here. Adobe Premiere was out the window. Plus, I'm not fond of that whole cloud service. So if I use Adobe Premiere, I gotta go out, I gotta download a hacked version and cheat these people out of their money. I don't want to do that. So I am switching over, and happily switching over, to Davinci Resolve 16. By the way, this ain't a sponsored video. I'm just loving what I see out of this program, and I'm sorry I haven't paid attention to it sooner. Davinci Resolve 16 in particular makes Final Cut and Adobe Premiere look so damn primitive. The things that you could do in this program are mind-blowing. It is leaps and bounds better of a professional editing program than both of those combined. And I'm not overdoing it here. The things that I'm seeing people do on Davinci Resolve are mind-blowing. And Davinci Resolve is free, by the way. They do have a paid studio version, which I will be updating to just as soon as I get a little bit more familiar with the program 100%. And it goes for $299, which is the same as Final Cut Pro. And let me tell you something, in my 1 or 2 little test edits that I've done just messing around inside of Resolve, the performance is, in my experience, on my computer, better than Final Cut Pro. And the update in Resolve 16, to me, made it closer to what I'm used to with Final Cut Pro, where you could have a magnetic timeline if you set your settings like that, and things snap back once you delete something. I personally like that. I wasn't brought up in the Adobe Premiere type of editing style to where you could just put these video clips all over the place. With Final Cut, I'm pretty much, I wouldn't call myself a master, but I know exactly what I'm doing at all times in Final Cut. I know how to achieve something. If I think it in my head, I could pretty much bring it to life in Final Cut. There's a lot of workarounds, and then there's just some things you just can't do in Final Cut, at least not with how it comes. You might have to go down some hole in the internet and hopefully find some kind of plugin that can achieve what you want to do, and then you have to pray that it really works well with your computer and the software. And when you start adding way too many effects onto Final Cut, it just really starts kicking your fans on in your computer. I mean, I have a $4,000 setup here, and I still get hung up every now and then with Final Cut, and Premiere is even worse. Premiere's performance is just goodbye. I have no interest in Premiere whatsoever. Now, there's a tracking feature that is just so easy to use inside of Resolve, and it's built right there. You're not hopping back and forth to all these programs. It doesn't stutter. Noise reduction, anybody that's ever used noise reduction in at least Final Cut Pro knows that when you add that noise reduction, that is slowing your computer up. You pretty much have to let it render out. There are a few things I'm a little worried about that I like to do in Final Cut that I really haven't quite figured out how to do in Davinci Resolve, but I'm getting there. You know, it's only been 24 hours of learning, 48 hours pretty much of intriguing. What's this about? Let me watch a few videos on this. I am so pumped about what I'm gonna be able to achieve in Davinci Resolve, and it's probably not even gonna be things that you notice. You know, it's smoothing some blemishes out. It's, you know, bringing up a shadow that's just in one slight shot under the hat. Yeah, you could do this in other programs. You can mask it out, and then you have to kind of move the mask with keyframe. Not in Resolve, baby. Not in Resolve, man. You highlight things, hit track, 3 seconds, it's tracked on the clip. Boom, you turn up the midtones on it. You take those little shadows away under the hat. You know, if you're filming somebody, maybe they have a big pimple on their face. Goodbye, pimple, no problem. It's almost like Final Cut Pro meets Adobe Premiere meets Adobe After Effects, and then their own little twist on it. And like I said, they got a free version. You want to try it out? Don't quit because you don't understand it. Watch some tutorials, get familiar with the interface, maybe bust an iPad out or your phone, prop it up on something, and run Davinci Resolve 16 at the same time, and then watch tutorials and kind of work along with the people. That's a good way to get familiar with it, because once you get familiar with the interface, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed by this program so far. I've been rambling on now because I ain't got nothing else to talk about. I'm itchy as hell. I just want to dig these fingers into my neck, but luckily it's starting to dry out and the itch is dissipating. So if you guys feel bad for me, I'll definitely take it. I'm absolutely down to have a pity party right now. So all feel betters. Love you. Nah, you still look handsome. Your throat doesn't look like an 80-year-old vagina. All right, so that's it. I took up enough of you guys' time. If you made it to the end of this video, freaking God bless you. Let me know in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. As usual, subscribe. The Instagram, it's right. Where is it? Let's look at the monitor. It's right here somewhere. Give it a thumbs up if by any chance you happen to like this stupid video. And if you happen to have any home remedies on how to treat poison ivy and make yourself less gross, let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Salute.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything, I need all of